Hello, we are Fudge and you're watching Total Entertainment. In fact, just before we start, this isn't the actual lineup of the band. This is Hugh. Yeah. He's master of the arts and crafts.
I forget we've got
for the band. Yeah. Does all the artwork and helps us out, but the bass player isn't here because he's learning how to play bass or something. I don't know.
Back in Bedford.
Yeah, he's at work, I think. I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's at work on the weekend.
But he's a good lad, and that's all you need to know. And he's got a big mouth.
Hello, Josh.
So, hello, Josh.
Hello, Josh. Nice to see you, mate.
Sorry you're not here.
Shame you couldn't be here. Wish you were here.
Too much now.
No, I'm afraid not.
No. So big, so there's that.
There's still stuff going on about that.
Still investigations and stuff going off, so we're not really allowed to talk too much about it. The venue asked us as well. They didn't really want to be named in it either. So.
Have you read the article? You've read the article on it?
I've read
it. Was a bit over exaggerated. I'm not gonna lie, but it was still pretty mad.
Still here, yeah.
Still pretty mad.
Well, we've got quite a loyal fan base, like quite a loyal and like it's really close knitted, yeah. And so we sort of like to throw on nights specifically for like our closest fans.
Nice.
And yeah, just it works really well if you put it on for them, and then But yeah, so that's how it came about. Just sort of giving back to the people who like us most,
The reaction to our gigs, it goes off. It fully goes off, and it's buzzing. Atmosphere is mad. Before we go on, it's like something changes in the room.
Yeah,
really.
And again, that is testament to the fans that we got, the loyal fan base that we've got, and the same, not necessarily the same people, but the same group of people who then bring more people to the shows.
Everyone's got the same
and
mentality.
Sort of
we want people to have fun and be safe at the same time.
Yeah, and it's just a good time. Like that's all it is. Yeah. Really.
So get to a gig.
Looks. I think what it was, right, is we've been playing some small gigs around, and we sort of hadn't, because they were small gigs, we hadn't thought to sort of push the boat out for them. And then Richard from 360 Club sort of said to us, "Oh, I've got this more high-profile night. Alan Raw and people are going to be there." And so we sort of went, "Oh, right, let's actually, try our hardest to make this as good as we can." And we actually did, and then we sort of looked at it and went, "Oh, we can do some more on this." So it's sort of just gone from there. Yeah, sort of realised what we could do.
Yeah.
It's alright, innit?
Get that Adidas sponsorship. That's what we're looking for. For him, anyway.
Can you not tell?
Wait. That's how it should be. There's too many boring acts about.
We go and see so many people on a regular basis, and we find it's good music, but it's not engaging and it's not exciting.
Yeah.
So we want to make that engaging and exciting. We want people to run around the room and have a fun time and actually just get involved.
It's more like making it a show than just a gig,
Yeah.
It's an experience, and it's people say in the reviews like it's a shared thing where everyone in the room is part of something. It's not like you're stood watching a wall. You stood doing stuff with other people.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, from my perspective, it gets to after the gig and I'm like,
He gets the best.
I can't really remember any of it.
I get
It's
that.
like,
It's
it gets so pumped.
45 minutes of just like nothingness, and then afterwards you go, right, that's done.
It just builds up. It's just pure building up.
It's because it is months before as well.
It's insane when you're on stage. I think the last 22nd I got 2 or 3 chances to look out, and the one time I looked out there was a girl getting squished against the monitor. And then the other 2 times I looked out, it was just people. It was just mental. I'm not even going to bother concerning myself with that.
Thing is with the stage lights though as well, it's so hot on there, so I've got to come off stage every now and again. It's like when you're in bed and you've got the blanket around you. You've got to stick a leg out and then so you cool down a bit.
The monsters get you, so you get back on stage.
Is that why you go straight to the bar then?
Yeah. that was just for the hype.
Just got to cool down.
The other thing about Lending Room as well is right at the back of the room they've got 2 huge mirrors behind the bar.
Yeah.
And you can see yourself. When you look out, you can just see yourself. So you can just find yourself just looking at the mirror at yourself performing, and it's just because I've only got one direction to look really. But yeah, it's mental.
Scotland was fun. Yeah. Scotland was fun. There's just been a few like funny moments. There was a time I went down to London and some lad was like, never heard of Fudge. The band who were on before us, they were like, never heard of Fudge before, but I'm sure they're all right. And Josh was like, I can't swear, can I?
Yeah.
I can. Josh was like, did you hear what he just fucking said? And I was like, what? He was like, they just fucking said whatever they said. And I was like, right. I was in a bad mood because we had like a 5-hour drive down there, horrible traffic. And I was like, right, we're not having this. Jumped on top of this monitor that was by the stage, and because I'm built like a lamppost, just there, just going over the lead singer, just like that. So yeah, weren't happy about that. Scotland, that were pretty mad.
We just went to Edinburgh for a couple of days and had a free flat to stay in.
I'm gonna throw one out there.
Just had a really silly time, and like, we had no money pretty much, but we were like, sick, we've got a place.
We got a place for
get
what,
some
20?
tenants.
It was £20 deposit, I swear, and we got the £20 back if we didn't trash the place.
Well, it is a deposit, yeah.
It was already trash though, mate.
Yeah, it was so grim and dirty, but I was
It
like,
was
this
so
is sick.
fun, mate.
There was a Wolf Chambers one where Josh went out into the crowd to play Walrus, and at the very end of it, he ended up it goes to drop, and he just absolutely shits it and runs back to the stage and crying. And was like, oh, can't play it.
Okay, what?
Well, when we went to London, we sort of went to a gig that it was a magazine launch, so it was kind of, the room was quite full, but it was I think it was just you and then like a few people that we knew.
Yeah, we had like 4 or 5 people that had seen us before.
Yeah, and it was nice to do that because you see it was quite well received for people who haven't heard it before.
Outside of Leeds, it's like you got to kind of win the crowd over.
Yeah.
But with your boy at the front,
But it's good. It's good fun. I enjoy doing it that way. It's nice. It's a good challenge.
It's interesting playing gigs that aren't our own gigs.
Yeah.
For the sorts of crowds we're playing in front of, and going to other cities where they don't really know us, especially for you.
Mate, yeah.
But yeah, it's good fun.
We completely didn't mention that battle of the bands, mate.
Yeah,
that was shocking.
That was fun.
Right, we got up 5 a.m. to get to. I'm going to tell it, mate. Cameras on. 5 a.m. Went to Birmingham, was it? Wolverhampton, somewhere like that. Wolverhampton. We get there and we're like, right, what we're doing now? What we're doing now? He'd been out all night. He
hadn't been
hammered.
to bed yet. No.
He's still hammered. We were completely shattered.
We were awake at 3 still. We got up at 5. So
went in. We had to get there bare early, and we weren't on till like. What time to get there? Like 10 a.m. We weren't on till like 5 after 5.
Yeah, he said get there for 10. We need to sound check.
We need to sound check.
Oh, can we not come a bit later? We're coming from Leeds, and no, we need you for 10. Right, okay, so we got there for 10, and then they didn't
Rock up to this place. It's like
get a sound check.
Didn't get a sound check. You won by the votes that you got.
Hold on, set the scene first.
Right, go on,
This venue's on like an industrial estate in the middle of nowhere.
Community centre.
And you rock up and you're like, this is not a music venue.
This is not a thing.
Just walk in. There was just something totally, I can't even remember what it was.
There was a kid's birthday party going on in the next room with like ball pits and stuff.
And we're looking for, what was his name, Moose.
Were you looking for Moose?
We were looking for Moose. And so that was that. And we ended up not even sound checking at 10. We did a line check at half 6 or whenever it was when we went on, so we waited the entire day and then line checked at 6 and then played for half an hour.
And then we won.
And then we
So
won.
that was nice.
Yeah, we still won.
Day ended out alright then, didn't it?
Yeah, the judges were like, because it went off who was there, and everyone had brought like everyone they knew from Birmingham. Obviously we were from Leeds. They were like, we can't not let you in because you're alright. You know what I mean?
You were decent.
I think they felt sorry for us, maybe.
You were
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe that's what it was.
But yeah, it was a funny day.
So there are some good, but the thing is, it's all for us. It's all about engagement between the band and the crowd, and just how like exciting and how much energy it has as a performance. And I mean, a few years ago, me and Angus were quite into like indie rock stuff, but we've sort of like grown out of it now, and we're more. There's a massive indie rock scene in Leeds that's, I would say, oversaturated, and there's a lot of people doing the same.
Kind of see
the same thing, yeah.
It's like I definitely would have liked that when I was 15.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I've heard it before.
It's just churning out the same old shit.
Yeah, it's watching the same band play the same song for half an hour.
They're all doing the same thing. They're not animated. You don't get anything from them. It's
Yeah.
just some people still on the
But
stage.
There's also a huge jazz scene in Leeds as well, which
we
I think
love.
is a
We're
completely
actually really big fans. of the
really
jazz
big
scene.
fans, but it's a completely different
Yeah,
audience
completely
there,
different
so
vibe.
it's a completely different vibe to what we're doing. But
But there's influences there, like there's stuff and like the sort of Leeds jazz scene is sort of slightly heavier in some respects. And it's kind of nice because we can sort of draw that sort of contrast between what we're doing and what people are doing of similar ilk, but slightly different at the same time.
Yeah.
so that's sort of that idea of like a community around the music and the different things that go into it, like Hugh's art. And I should mention.
Take a second to plug this T-shirt.
Yeah.
Hugh made this.
stuff. Yeah,
Paris tomorrow.
very
You know.
nice. And that's not even the start of it. There is so much.
But that's the other thing, it's like making stuff engaging, and you go and see bands and like they have stupid merch, and I'm like, that's great, you're making an effort to do something people are going to remember.
Yeah.
Angus's mum makes us fudge and then wraps it and ties it with string. That's amazing because people get so confused when you say, here's a block of fudge, and they're like, what you want about?
They're
It's
quite
like,
suspicious actually. They're all going on.
you get a little package and like, what's this?
drugs
Like,
in
what's fudge obviously.
Yeah.
And it's just a chance to have a bit of a joke with someone and build more of interaction
Yeah,
with them, rather than playing your tunes and naffing off over.
Yeah, we all live in a house together, and we're all going to be like Josh doesn't live in Leeds at the moment, but next year we're all going to be living in the same house as well.
Right.
And it's like a
It's
mill.
a bit
It just
workshop.
churns out new songs and artwork and stuff all the time. So it's just
It's like, I've got this, what have you got? I've got this.
yeah. Whatever projectile it ends up having, I would like to try and keep it as DIY and as close to home as possible. I wouldn't want to sell it to record label.
Yeah.
I just want to graft it until we get there, really.
Yeah,
I won't be happy till I'm headlining Glastonbury, at least, mate. I swear that.
there definitely is as big a stress on like the visual side of things as there is on the music as well. So
Yeah.
again, hence why Hugh has such a big part. Like he's the fifth member. Like he's
The secret
he's
member
the guy
behind the
nobody sees,
curtain.
but
Yeah.
he's also the, like I should mention at our shows. He's the guy
He stands
who's
at
in
the
the
front
crowd
staring.
and he just gets people going.
I just do the same thing, and it's sick because people love it, and I'm like, well, I'm just dancing around like an idiot. But people are animated by it. Like the gig we had in London, suddenly people were getting more involved, and it was a bit of a mess, but it was good. And it was like people were like more excited because every other band, everyone just stood there.
Yeah.
That's
do that.
It's the money side of thing, isn't it? It's always going to be we can give you 10 grand to do your next EP or album or whatever, and like that would be a massive helper. But
It's definitely that thing like weighing up. Could we do it? Could we do it ourselves, and how long would it take to do it
I think if you develop that community enough, then we can look to them and say, what would you like to hear next? And then things like crowdfunding are a massive help. And I'd rather have people fund the band so the band can give the people music. It would be a much better way of running things.
We just want to make content, keep creating content,
Yeah.
and have people enjoy that content. It's a
all.
simple recipe, but we just execute it and just enjoy making things, and we'll continue to do it.
Get ready, mate.
Like,
Well,
much of the same
yeah,
thing,
I'm ready to start moving out of Leeds soon. So we
I think
more of the
it's
same,
Tim,
really,
bring
like
spare trousers. We always say, bring some spare trousers. Maybe some blue roll.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb and custard.
Rhubarb and custard, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
really
rhubarb
good.
and custard, definitely.
That's so nice.
That is really nice, actually.
isn't it?
Really good.
We haven't tried it, have we?
That is well nice.
Really good. Was it me and you went to the
Where,
Christmas market?
I don't like the fudge, but that was really nice. Where did you get that from?
Down the road.
Nice.
What is it, the espresso?
Yeah,
Is it
coffee.
like-
Yeah.
Cafetiere flavoured.
No, I don't like coffee, and that's right.
I don't like
Is it?
coffee.
I don't like coffee.
Because it's fudge.
Decent.
Apart from the Rebel coffee.
It's not coffee, it's fudge.
Coffee and cream, that one.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's which here.
Mate, we've got to keep doing these interviews. We're just going to get really fat.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter,
Yeah.
yeah.
Peanut butter fudge, is that right?
Peanut butter fudge.
This wasn't hard enough, I don't think.
Are we doing well?
Peanut butter.
We are called fudge. We should. If we got this wrong, it'd be bad.
Yeah, I don't like losing.
Maybe they're just good with the flavours.
See, now I'm worried I'm overthinking it.
I was just thinking that as I was smelling it.
It's my least favourite out of all of them. I'm not sure what it is though.
Is it like
It's like
strawberries?
raspberry.
I think it's strawberry.
I have no idea. Okay, I've got 2 pieces.
That's the curveball. That last one. No idea.
I'm really not sure about that one.
It just tastes like vanilla to me. It's actually cider.
Cider.
Cider?
Man.
Yeah,
Damn.
I can see that. I can see that.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
A little bit of me thought it tasted a little bit like bleach.
Well, that's possible as well.
Yeah, it just come out of the back room.
Parmesan I'm
the
getting as
final
well.
one's killed
I'm getting a lot of parmesan in there.
Either way, it was tasty.
Rhubarb, I'd
Rhubarb and
say.
custard, definitely. Definitely.
Custard for sure.
Oh, I'd enjoy the coffee one with a coffee, maybe. Not too much coffee.
I'd also enjoy that platter again. Just a little bit of each.
That was really nice, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Problem is,